evening. Oh, about hit me in the face. Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
Shane, that intro makes me want to send an email to Max right now.
I highlighted that comment. Let me pull this up.
And while you're doing that, don't get hurt. We have been 199 episodes accident-free. There's nothing worse than starting all over.
You mean 179?
179, I'm sorry.
But hey, I'll take the extra. So, Phil's been here for quite some time. Might have remembered we had this awesome guitar player called Max on the show. And that was a great reminder of Max's guitar playing. We need to get a hold of him and say, hey, buddy, we want to check back in with you, see where you're at in your ham radio career. Because if you watch his channel, you'll see all the cool things that he's been reviewing. And then on the aviation side, some really cool stuff.
You know what I would like to do? We'll get my buddy Jeff, the bass player. You get Max, and you let them jam live on Clubhouse. What
about our friend from Australia that sent us that guitar stuff too?
Yeah, I forgot about him. That's right.
Yeah, so we almost have a Clubhouse band.
So what do we need? Drums. We need somebody on drums.
Oh, we got Callum for drums.
Okay.
See,
we need a girl who could play the tambourine or the triangle. That's all.
More cowbell.
Or the cowbell. Well, there's only one guy who can do the cowbell, and I don't know if he's available for us.
Yeah, he might have to wheel his wheelchair up to the microphone, give us more cowbell. But anyway, first off, I want to say welcome to everybody in green. As always, thank you for being our channel supporters. We thank you. Seeing lots of crowns in the chat. Those of you who have been a supplier, I guess we consider us the dealer. They're our supplier of the Ham Radio Clubhouse. I don't want to call it debauchery. That's kind of bad. Just call it the Ham Radio Clubhouse antics. There we go. That'll work.
Organization.
There you go. So thank you for those of you who support the channel. If you like to support the channel, down below is a link. Well, not a link, but a button. Hit join if you like. Now I'm going into my Sarah McLachlan Eyes of an Angel puppy commercial. For only 99 cents, you too could support the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
I'm going to go upstairs and get a stuffed animal. I'm going to hug your stuffed animal while you do that. We got a lot of stuffed animals came into this house. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, God.
I will say, it has been a heck of a week, but I won't jump into my week yet. We'll start with Joe Brett. How are you, man? How's your week been?
Doing pretty good. Week's been all right, man. It's a little sad because I had to come home. But Huntsville was great.
Did you come home with a full wallet?
Half.
What'd you get, Joe? What you got?
Any
Or
cool
is it too
purchases?
early? Or is it too early to ask that question in the show?
Yeah, we should have a show and tell later.
Okay. All right.
Oh, all right. We can do that. So we're baiting our audience to stick around.
Yeah, because they're not even aware of our special guest tonight.
Well, I mean, if they read the title of the video.
All right, we got people coming in, and we got 2 hours of people coming in and out of here tonight.
I only looked at the thumbnail. I just seen Tuesday, so very creative.
Yeah, I tried.
It was pretty though.
Nice sunset.
Yes, it was. Yes.
I was trying to set the mood for that Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, so there's a few people commenting on me cleaning up my shack. Round 2 because I just got back from a Ham Fest. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So W5IPA Jason became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for joining, man. Appreciate that.
I thought he was already, but if not, that's all right.
Well, he was probably gifted a sub from someone, and he decided to join upon himself. So thank you, Chris Radio and Life. 16 months. Thanks so much for
thank you, bro,
for supporting us. For those of you in green, you have a freebie shout out there if you'd like to use that tonight. But yeah, all right. So clearing out your shack from Huntsville,
or getting ready, clear it out to get ready to bring stuff in from Huntsville. It's all on your perspective.
Y'all talking to me again, or?
Well, there's only 3 of us here because someone's taking check-ins for the South Carolina YL Systems Net.
Yeah, and I was hanging out with chat folks. So
them priorities are not in the right area because we've been
said
here for
only on-
179 shows. He's like, oh, I take
Yeah,
60
so-
and never
Only
do it."
the third Tuesday of the month is when he has to do it. I think it's been a little bit more.
My Hamfest purchases was not that bad. Yes, Ed, great time.
Thank you,
Ed
Ed.
got a little cameo in one of pictures I'll show later, but I didn't even know it till Dennis pointed it out to me. He just snuck in there.
I
Photo
will
bombed us.
say the picture that you guys shared in Discord, that crowd has grown exponentially over the last few
It
years.
was.
Exactly.
The first year, it was like all of us kind of underneath the pavilion. And then it was from end to end of the pavilion. And this year, it couldn't even fit in the pavilion.
Nobody called and said, "Hey Joe, we finna do a picture." I wasn't even in there, man.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you something. I think you guys need to do a, what do you call that thing? A panorama or a wander? What do you call that? That
Panorama?
setting on
A
the
panorama?
panorama.
It's like Bananarama, but with panorama.
Or you got to go. You know how iPhone lets you start on one end and you go all the way around. It'll
It's a panorama.
okay. Okay. I think that's what you're all gonna have to do next year because this is. I was trying to blow it up and say I know this guy. I don't know who this one is. That was tough. There's so many people, but it's not like so many people had a great time, and that's what's.
If it makes you feel better, Joe Brett, I can Photoshop you into it if you like.
I thought about doing that, but
oh, that'd be great.
yeah. So like Noel just got done cooking all the food, all the burgers, not all the food because Emily 2.0 helped as well.
Mm-hmm.
But she had grease from the griddle all over her shirt and stuff. So and her hair was like all matted up with grease. It was some serious cooking, man.
Yeah.
And,
There's a lot of people there.
So she was going back to the camper to get some clean clothes, freshen up. And evidently, I guess I went back to go get some more refreshments. I never knew the picture happened till like later that night or the next day. I was like, oh, man. But, so like, I got a bunch of stuff I probably bought more at the Ham Fest this year than I ever have. But it all would like fit in your pocket. So that was pretty cool too.
So no amplifiers.
No amplifiers this year. The funny thing was though, is every time I would buy like an individual part, somebody would come by and say, "Oh, this table has a whole pack for not a lot of money." So I buy an adapter, and then somebody comes by and says, "Hey, Chat Radio's got this whole bag, $20." And I don't even know
that
what's
a
all in
kit?
here.
Or is it just parts.
Oh, there's some
Like
stickers
various
blocking that.
adapters.
Yeah, just various adapters, some
That's
SMA
a
great
stuff,
deal.
kit or something.
That's a great deal right there. 20 bucks?
BNC and barrel connectors. I mean, it's stuff that you're gonna need, and it was stuff that I needed, and I didn't even care I don't even know what's all in it. It was $20, so I stuck it in my pocket after paying.
And that's
for it.
not hoarding.
I was about
That's
to
not
say,
hoarding either, Joe. That ain't no hoarding. You buy that.
And on Sunday, I walked by it and almost bought another one just because it was still
Yeah.
sitting there. And then right next to it, they had these little flashlights that were really bright, 2 for $10. And
One for the truck and one for the house.
I didn't get them.
Right?
I should have, but didn't get them. And T.O. made a sale after the Ham Fest because it was done. But we go back to his camper, and he worked the radiology booth. And he brings out this little LED flashlight. It's got this old Edison style orange LED. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
$10 I could have had that at the Ham Fest, but I didn't go view it. Didn't see it. Wasn't aware of it. So I sit there at his campsite and spent $17 on it. But I got one.
So Steve was the spokesperson for Radiodity at Huntsville.
Yeah, and I was kind of fussing a little bit because I, just like a YouTuber, I asked Steve, I was like, "Hey, you got any discount codes?" He says, "Every one of my videos, just read the title or the description." I'm like, just like a YouTuber, right? All about them clicks. And so I go over there, and he's got $15 off, and I'm like, "Well, sweet, this thing ain't but like $15."
That's free.
It
Yeah.
didn't work. Like,
He
the
done-
code's
he done
busted,
sold you
man.
out.
Your affiliate link's busted.
Carlos is saying Steve was the radiodidity pimp at Huntsville. Did he have the big hat and the Cadillac and the?
Well,
We'll just stop there.
good for him. I'm glad Radiodity had someone that could speak up for them while they were at the Ham Fest.
Oh, Norm.
So you met Norm, did you?
Yeah, I should show the video that I have of Norm.
You should.
He won't know about it.
Did it lead to him getting lost in the woods again?
No, we kept up with him,
Okay.
but I don't know what the hell he was trying to say. But I just
I
nodded
think
my head and
every
smiled.
year, is it me? I think it's like everybody is waiting to see what different or what is Norm going to do this year, or something along those lines of what is Norm.
We need to have Norm bingo.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So we'll have shacking off bingo. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Then we can capture both of them. We'll get Shaq and Greg and Norm. And do some shacking off bingo.
I want to meet the people that are responsible for raising those three.
What do you want to do? Do you want to shake their hand, or do you want to say what the?
Those three brothers that I've met, they're always nice and respectful, and I mean they carry themselves well. But they had to get into some shit.
And then some.
Joe, think about it.
Some.
6th grade, knock, knock, knock. Can you please come into the principal office? And you'll be bringing your mother and or father tomorrow with you. Take home this letter and have them read it and come back. Can you imagine that? Or the nuns. I just broke another ruler on your hand.
Ow. Well, speaking of ruler, Izzo, how was your last?
Do I measure up? Yes, I measure up. All right. I had a great week, but I got to show this.
Segues.
I got to show this.
Do you though?
Yes.
Be careful. Is it monetizable?
Is it demonetizable?
All right.
Oh yes.
Frank.
Can we make this bigger? Or
you have to.
You'd have to, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Try the plus sign under the picture next to the magnifying glass.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Down at the bottom.
Click
Not
it
the one.
13
There you
times.
go. There you go. Oh,
all right. Hang on.
Now you can drag. Well, I mean, you can drag the photo around.
Yes. Good. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Is he digging for gold in that thing? All right, you got to start over.
Okay. You know how
cards
are.
All
right.
There we go.
All right. Stop. All right.
He looks
now
like
listen.
he's in prison.
We all love Frank. But doesn't this picture say it all that, from what I understand, TSA wanted to go or speak to him or go through his bag?
Sir, we need to speak to you.
Come over here, sir. Come over here. Now,
He's like, would you like a private room or are you okay with out front?
I was going to tweet out, and then I realized X is not going to allow me to fill up like 5,000 characters of bullet. And how do you caption this? It can
Dear
go
Frank,
on.
what was in your bag?
Frank, what did you do?
Yeah.
Frank,
this is what happens when Frank brings his beans.
This is what happens when you try to fix somebody's computer. I mean,
the TSA's computer. He was trying to work on that scanner as he was going. So
we love Frank. We hope he has made it home. And but I mean, I'm going to save that picture. This may be a picture I might actually put in my shack in a frame or put it up on the wall because it's a classic. It's a classic Frank, and it's a real. That is not staged. And kudos to that person who took that picture. Talking about a Kodak moment, if anybody remembers what Kodak is.
Somebody ought to make a QSL card of that when you make a contact with Frank on the radio. You send this picture to him.
Do you have the next picture though? The after picture?
No, I didn't know there was an after picture.
Oh yeah. So I'll just paint it for you. You see his face. He's chewing his fingernails off.
Yeah.
But when TSA releases his bag and he's walking away, it's like you almost expect him to throw his hands up saying "Tank Radio." He's so happy. So
it's the little things.
Evidently they didn't confiscate anything. I don't know, but I heard that he was real worried about what might have been in there that he didn't realize was in there, and I can understand that.
I can understand that, and we all go through that mental checklist of what did I do with it? And
you're supposed to mail that to wherever you're going.
Or how's this?
You don't take it with you.
Frank, can you come here for a minute? There, on the side of the airplane is a tank radio sticker, and according to FAA guidelines, that is not allowed. And as he goes out to the plane, as he walks out, he throws one inside the TSA compartment. Or, I mean, I can picture Frank doing that, or putting.
As Mike was saying, it's good that he didn't hear the gloves pop.
Can you imagine that?
Oh, hey, look who decided to join us. How was the net, man? It's still going. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's interference from the local hospital.
Oh,
where that repeater is located.
You need to tell them they need to check. They need to check their RF.
Yeah, we've tried.
Steve, we've already finished. We were about to talk to our guest when you jumped in. Do you want to give us a quick what's up with the last 7? You getting brave with that door open back there?
I know. Look at that.
There is a screen there.
Okay, just saying.
I don't know.
We might turn on office.
We might be. Whoa!
Nuclear.
There's a screen there.
All right.
Biggie,
Apparently, there's like a floodlight from a football stadium in there too.
Wait, what'd you call that?
300 watt. Yes.
Ziggy.
It was Ziggy.
Because I say Amazon, Alexa, and computer way too much when I'm sitting in here.
I'm surprised it's not Jarvis.
That wasn't an option.
Oh, okay. See, on my Google Home, I can give it its own name.
There you go.
But anyway, how was your week, Ben?
The weekend was great. I got to spend it with Joe Brett down in Huntsville, or in Huntsville, I guess. A lot of fun. Got to hang out with our friends. Yes, definitely an X-Class flare. I need to tone the brightness down on those a little bit. Picked up, I think, 4 or 5 different kits while I was in Huntsville. One of which I'm going to try to put out before Digital Rancher.
You better hurry. He's pretty swift.
I know. I'm hoping to build it probably tomorrow when I get off work.
Yeah, too late.
I like the harness.
Right. He got home and started building it already.
Well, let me tell you something. That harness that Steve that you were wearing, that you cookie cuttered off of him, that was nice. I saved that picture too. I put that in the archives.
Cookie cuttered that off of him, but I think I spent half as much as he did.
That's good.
So.
Steve, I want to say your audio sounds fantastic tonight.
Thank you.
The noise gate sounds good. We can't hear the air conditioner in the background. Good job, man.
It's actually not on right now. The weather's actually pretty decent.
Oh. The noise gate or the air conditioner?
The air conditioner.
Oh, okay.
It's.
I mean,
on,
you still need a cloud lifter, but other than that, you're great.
Yeah. Gigaparts didn't have the mic I was looking for.
You need this one.
And I was only in there for about 10 minutes because they were trying
You need this microphone.
Is it XLR?
No, you don't need an XLR with this.
Yes, I do.
No, because you can go USB-C out to your board.
This also.
Well, then you need a new board that will take a USB-C in.
Actually,
Shane, just spend his money, Shane. Shane, just spend the money. Just spend his money.
I think it will take a USB-C in.
I know I can do USB in and audio now.
Steve, why don't you go back to the net and poll everybody over there?
Wait. The what? 1, 2, 4 that stuck around.
Well, hey, that's what, 3 more than last time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a guest tonight. We have a pair of guests.
Yes, we do.
And in case they were nervous, Mike and Becky, if y'all are ready, will you give me a thumbs up? I don't want to impromptu bring you on here and someone's doing a Frank in the airport. So I'm going to change the layout here.
There we go.
Mike, Becky, Ham Radio Duo, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm going to let Joe Brett take over my job here as host.
Oh, my
And we'd like to
You
hear
found
all about you
found
guys.
them, brother.
You bring a guest, son, you got to interview him.
So, Mike and Becky, it's great to have you. Audience, this was one of our neighbors at Monsanto during the Ham Fest this week.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah. When I first ran into y'all, I was like, oh, bless their hearts. They're like, these folks are really trying to have an enjoyable weekend camping. Like, they was dressed up for Hamfest weekend, right? So they're put together too well for be here for Ham Radio. But surprisingly, that's exactly what they was there for. So, yeah.
Our first one.
Excellent.
Your first ham fest?
First
Yeah, first ham fest ever.
So what did you think of, was it, what did you think of any thoughts of what a ham fest could be, like a flea market, like a huge, 100,000-foot Walmart or Costco?
A scooter rally?
Yeah.
Like a car show, only but it's scooters.
Sturgis. I mean Walt Disney World. What goes through your mind? And then when you get there, what happens?
I don't know. I guess, I'll take it to start with. I guess for me, it was like, I just imagine a room full of radio guys walking around trying to buy stuff. Like,
you can call them nerds. It's okay.
Okay.
Fat guys, overalls, cheap.
I proudly wear that.
Yeah. Just a lot of stuff, like Ham Shack stuff, I guess you could say.
Right.
Just a whole bunch of stuff. So I wasn't disappointed. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Did you find anything you couldn't live without?
Yes.
I did, but I wasn't allowed to get it.
Oh, now. So
see, that's why Joe Brad has I'm going to go to Huntsville fund. That way he's like, I'm going to put all this money away for the next year. And when I get there, Noel's like, I save this money. You can't tell me what I'm going to do with it. Right. I'm going to buy what I want.
Except
or
Noel
he doesn't bring Noel with him.
Oh no, she's always there.
Yeah, but
he's not allowed to not bring her.
Things could come up,
No. If she doesn't come, he's not allowed.
He started it. He started his fun for next year.
There you go, Mike. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, Mike.
In all honesty, one of the good things about having an XL that's a ham also is that, like, when it comes to keys and stuff like that, like, she totally gets it. So
I'm
like, oh, look at that.
I want one of those too.
Nice.
Makes it a little easier.
Yeah. She's gonna have the big alley first. I promise.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's talking with them. They're like, we got a ham radio channel too. And I'm like, so yeah, y'all can find them I believe Shane put the link in the description of the video. If not
Look at
now,
this, guys. Walt's giving you some great props. Walt is a good friend of ours from the show. He's a great guy. He does a lot and everything. So you got some good props there coming from him. So excellent.
I've
Thank
learned
you,
a lot
Walt.
from you, Walt.
Yeah.
And some of you folks like the camping videos, the the camper type stuff. They got a channel for that too.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it like overlanding, car camping?
No, we've got a RV trailer, and so we like to travel, and we share when we go traveling and stuff, and it makes a really good combination with being able to play radio, especially POTA. Like, there's a lot of places that we like to go that are POTA spots that we haven't activated yet. So
nice.
So Mike and Becky, considering y'all were the cleanest couple in the park.
He's not wrong.
Hold on.
Not wrong.
Describe clean.
Look at right.
Well,
you see him right now.
I know that, but I mean, are you saying that Becky didn't come out swearing like a sailor, or or
is this how we start the show?
We need to quantify what
We
clean
didn't
means.
get into fast questions yet with them. Listen.
I mean, Mike probably did take a shower, at some point. So I mean,
well, I can tell you what gets Becky on the verge of saying some words. I did learn that. We'll share that in a little bit.
Every woman has that threshold. It's a squelch level. It's nothing more than a squelch level, guys. We know that, right?
I've had enough noise, boys.
I'm sorry. I should not insinuate that she would ever say words, but Izzo hit it on the head. She does have a squelch knob that she can turn on the mic pretty quick. So what I'm interested in is off the bat, because we got to introduce y'all, right?
Oh, yeah.
What got y'all interested in ham radio, and how long you been doing it?
Probably the easiest if I start that story. So I've been a ham for about 10 years. I think it started off when we lost power for like a week and a half, and I got a Bofang radio off of Amazon because Amazon knew that I needed it more than I did. And then I was planning on just keeping it in a drawer just in case of emergencies. And I thought, well, if an emergency happens, it's not going to be that big of a deal if I use it when I'm not supposed to. But then YouTube got a hold of me, and I started watching YouTube videos, and eventually stumbled onto, I think, K6 ARK. And I was like, oh, I love to do outdoor stuff like that. Idea of going to the top of a mountain with a little radio the size of a pack of cards. I just got to learn Morse code. So one weekend I was like, that's it. I'm going to learn Morse code this weekend.
So wait a minute.
By the end of the weekend, I realized.
Wait a minute. Mike, pause, timeout, because I have ADHD and I may not remember this. You went from Baofeng to CW.
I need to learn CW.
Wow. Now I feel even more like a.
I feel like shit right now. I feel this guy's great. I feel like the fat guy just sitting here with a bag of Cheetos.
Just wait, Izzo. It'll be barbecue potato chips before you know it.
I also want to throw this out as well. If there's any viewers that came over because Ham Radio Duo may have said, "Hey, we're coming on the show," they didn't really. I don't think they were really fully aware of what the show was. Sometimes
they've watched a few episodes. I got.
They may have, but their viewers may not.
That's so true.
Yes,
so true.
This is a parental guidance show.
It's PG-13 plus.
We're just here to hang out. There is some words every now and then, but we try not to get too crazy. But if this is anything against you, what y'all want it to be, just tell us, Becky. Just pat us on the mouth there and
say,
stop.
Hey,
I seen you do
boys.
it.
It is a little bit harder to say certain words in Morse code because it gives you a little chance to think about what you're going to say before it comes out.
I mean, there's got to be a lots of dits and das and shithead. Stop that.
I would love to know the acronyms. Sometime we're going to have to go through those acronyms of the F-bomb and a few others, right?
So, Mike, I'm sorry if you can remember where you was at. Because I don't ADHD, I told you, but you can continue. You went from Baofeng to Morse code.
Thought it would take him a weekend to learn Morse code. That's where he's at.
Yeah, and by the end of the weekend, I realized what I was really in.
Oh!
Told them about that battery power.
We warned them.
But they're still connected. They just ain't got no camera or audio.
Yeah.
So we'll give them a chance to come back.
Okay.
They're
can you imagine her swearing right now? That's what I want to hear right
you
now.
Bet.
Get that audio piped in.
You bet.
No,
I thought somebody done hit the big red button at first. Yeah, see, they're coming back.
Oh, they're back.
There they are.
give us a thumbs up when you're ready.
They're ready.
All right, there they are.
See, that's why we grabbed the laptop.
He's the tech guy. That's not on me.
I asked you about that power.
It's on this one.
Oh.
Yes, it's the wrong camera now. It's all
John, you better go back to Amazon and get yourself a big, 100 ampere hour battery capacity or something.
Hey, we're back.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now you're back on the top one.
It's plugged in by USB. I think y'all were talking about how USB is the bane of some things. So I guess USB is not.
We probably got too loud and it drawed extra power from your sound driver and cut the USB.
There's always some good reason, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's the way I articulate
It's just
it.
a reason.
You see,
Jody's right. Jody says when somebody disappears unexpectedly, we should all be asking, "Where's Molson?"
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly.
He
Where's
pop
Molson?
in.
But anyway, so you thought you were going to learn CW in a weekend, and you quickly learned that ain't going to happen.
Yep. And so, and that's when I was still interested in getting there eventually. So then I took a lot of twists and turns through. I never thought I was going to be interested in making an antenna. Did that. Didn't think that I would be interested in repeaters and did that. And so twists and turns. And I had just gotten to the point where I could copy CW well enough to have a short QSO, like where I knew what I was expecting. And then my mom passed away, and it just all disappeared. I don't know if that's a pretty typical reaction or not, but it just all disappeared. And so I put the radio gear in the drawer, and that was actually just before I met her. And then fast forward several years later, we were watching a TV show, and Morse code came on, and I was like, oh, that's. And I was like, how did I know that? I guess I came back.
Impressed her. Now, some women would go running.
Yeah.
Some women would go running to the hills. She stuck by you. That's a good thing. See what I'm saying?
That's very true.
Yeah, that was a good early sign. and then so I opened up Morse Mania, which is the app that I used to learn it, and then showed it to her. And then she was like, oh, I bet you I can do that. And so she legitimately, for real, memorized the sounds of all the letters in a weekend.
Wow.
And then, but she's like, I don't want to get my ticket. I don't want to actually get on the air. And then I was watching YouTube videos to practice and stuff. And I discovered Ed and Chantel's channel.
Yep.
And there was one particular video where Chantel activated, and I showed that to her. She's like, huh, maybe I will get my ticket.
Maybe I could do that. That looks kind of fun. Yeah. And Chantel's on here, AA4SB.
Oh, shit.
Hi, Chantel.
Well, hello and welcome. Well, that's pretty cool. I was just we're always curious about each other's stories because everybody's got, Mike kind of got in it for emergency prep. I got into it because I was a weather geek and I wanted to get with the Skywarn stuff.
Yeah, same here.
And then I studied for my test and learned all the other nerdy things I could do, and I just fell in love ever since.
Yeah, the breadth and the depth is just amazing.
So one of our Vern Six, thank you so much for being here, by the way. Good to see you. Vern says, tell the story of how your son picked up CW because he has awesome music skills. So I'm figuring there's a cool story there.
Yeah, he's 23 now, but he grew up like just sat at a piano and listened and could play stuff and started on trombone and then went to percussion. And he was a quad drummer at Auburn. Nice. So pretty good at, an ear and rhythms. And we were sitting out on the back patio and I usually do a straight key and I was playing with a paddle just for fun. And he came out and hadn't really shown a lot of interest in it, but he knows we're messing around with it. And he's like, he just picks up the paddle and he just starts messing with it.
First time ever.
And it was just so clean. He's just like, okay, dits, das, and back and forth. And I happened to have a notebook sitting on the table that had my call sign, but it also had the actual dits and das in it, graphically written out. Mm-hmm. And he just starts, we didn't know he was looking at it. He starts sending my call sign, clean as anything. And we looked at each other like,
what's he doing?
How did you even, what?
Prodigy.
He's like, it's written right there. And we were like, whoa, so yeah. But I have a little bit of a musical background. I played the piano as I was younger and trombone as well. And so I think that helps for sure. It just helps me hear sounds and timing. And I think timing is key.
Mm-hmm. I've always heard that.
Yeah.
Now, is he learning CW or that was it?
He's not right now. I think he has a very long list of stuff he enjoys to do and learn. And he's just in a new job this year. He's a software engineer. So he might actually be on here. He said he might,
he did add it to his list though. He went from you guys are just weird to seeing somebody send with a paddle really fast. He's like, oh, that's got rhythm to it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It went from weird to cool.
Yeah, but someday he's going to say to you, what is this with this? What is this Bengali? And you're going to be, oh, come over here. We're going to, before you know it. Yeah, you know, you'll be shocked. You'll be swapping stories and sharing experience. It always happens.
Yeah, probably.
That is cool. I want to share a little time on our concrete patio because there's one thing when I watched Becky and Mike operate the radio.
Joe, before you share that, did we gloss over Becky's first QSO?
Well,
did she not talk about it?
I may not be aware of it. So
who was it with? Who was it with?
So
Steve, we got a show. Come on.
Yep.
All right. So I got licensed. In the end of March is when I got my license of this year.
Oh, nice.
And this year. Thank you. And the night it hit the FCC, which means I was, legal to be on the air. He says,
like, you have to get on the air. You can't hit the FCC website and not go on the air tonight. So I was like, all right, let me go turn on the radio. So I went in the other room and turned on the 2-meter radio and got it ready to go. And then she came in. She's like, why'd you turn that radio on?
Yeah, I wanted to do CW. So the night my license hit, I did a short QSO. But what I will say is I would never have done that had he not been able to be sitting right there, right? Like, I think that's what's helped me get on the air quickly and not be afraid to mess up or not be afraid I didn't know what to do is because like my Elmer's sitting right there and saying, hey, okay, this is what they're saying. This is what you can send back. And I think that, was super helpful. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird that you use the Elmer word.
I use the Elmer word.
Well, she didn't call you the old man, so
right.
Right.
That's true.
That's a great story. What the heck? We're giving them props. There they are. They're back. There they are.
I know there's an F-bomb in there somewhere.
On that
that's actually a great story. I love that. That's a great story.
Yeah. It's just, I guess it's just, I didn't have the fear. I think a lot of people have that, key fear. Sure, I was going to mess up and I knew it, but I was like, okay, so
what got you? So you get licensed in March of this year. Well, what's that? 5 months ago, 4 months. How did you guys say, hey, we're going to Huntsville? What made you say we're going to Huntsville? What was the whole?
We live here.
That part was a little easier.
Well, that was the easy part.
That's easy decision. Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
great.
just, we're kind of from the area. Montesano is a camping ground for us that when we just want to get away from the kids, it's like, hey, let's go grab the camper.
Date night.
So then the fact that it's a POTA spot and you guys were all going to be up there, we thought, okay, we're going to get a campsite and we're going to make a weekend of it.
And you did an excellent job of that.
It was.
Joe Brett's got pictures.
Oh no!
Video, son.
Oh, video.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Scout was standing in the background snapping pictures or something of it. I had the cinematics going.
So we may have to hold off on that for a little bit.
So anyway,
God,
you remember that?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'll preface this a little bit. Mike wants a 7300, and
that's
yeah. And Becky's undecided, but I think why did you mute my screen?
Because I was getting an echo. Keep going.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll take care of it.
So I do believe Mike's going to get that radio he wants one day, but Becky's not quite ready yet. But she's more ready after this. I feel like than when she. I think it's going to happen one day, Mike.
Mike, I have two of them. They're great radios. You're not going to go wrong.
I dropped one off the table. It's a great radio.
Yeah, it's a great radio.
So I'm kind of showing Mike the radio and stuff and some different little things, and we're listening to some CW because I know they like to do CW. And I was like, hey, go get your key, bring it over here and hook it up and work it. And they was finna jet like a jet plane over there. I was like, wait a minute. Do you have a 1/4-inch plug? Because your 7300 takes a 1/4-inch plug in the back. No, we didn't have an adapter. Like Scout thought he had one. He didn't have one either. So then I was like, right at the moment we was all finna be like, oh man, I was like, hey, wait a minute. The 7300 doesn't even need a key. You got buttons on the microphone that you can use as a keyer. And I tell you what, look, y'all just watch old Becky here. I'll be quiet.
Tina, go ahead. Is that okay?
She just sees a call sign.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you. You are 599. Yep.
Good afternoon. You are 599. Alabama.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yep. And then usually I go like this and he goes.
So
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. I love
you
that.
see, you see those smiles, the high fives they gave each other. That right there, I was just like, they are just pure enjoying that, and that's awesome to watch. So that was Becky's highlight. Now let's watch Mike take his turn.
Oh no!
Yeah, you didn't think you could be around a bunch of YouTubers and not get on camera, did you?
But wait, there's more.
Exactly.
They said Mike. Didn't they say Mike?
Yeah.
Is that James?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him next.
He always says it's call sighted.
Got it. Becky. It's James, right?
Yeah. Jim. He's by Jim. Afternoon. Jim, we're gonna have to send this video to you so that you can see what we're doing.
You can get it from the Clubhouse.
So thank you, Jimmy.
Good job.
So I have to ask. My 7300 that I use in the garage, it has the hand mic. This is the Heil over here. What buttons do you guys use? What
top
buttons are
buttons.
used?
It's the
So
up and
when
down
he
button.
first
Sorry.
asked,
The up and down.
when he first asked, he wanted to know if we wanted to do like a I am, but like one's a dit, one's a da. And I do a straight key, and I was like, no, that'll probably mess me up. Just give me one button. So I just used one of the top buttons.
Yeah,
So
it's
this
still-
is a
it's
lesson.
remarkably
So
hard
my
'cause
lesson. So what I'm getting at is, if the zombie apocalypse comes and the only thing in front of us is a 7300 and a hand microphone, we could still notify somebody. This
Yep, you
is
can still
ham
see
radio
CW.
ingenuity. This
Yep.
ham radio ingenuity at its best. You guys are awesome.
Well, I
think
mean,
that's
it's ham radio on the Clubhouse, which is rare. So
Which is right.
This is true.
we just raised the bar, didn't we, Shane?
Just a little bit.
The show of nothing just to produce something.
yeah, exactly.
No, that was awesome, you guys. That was absolutely awesome. I love it.
It was super fun.
It was a lot of fun to do that for sure.
And I just want to point out, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Shane, unmute me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You 5'9".
Look how happy Mike is playing with the 7300. But it's not just Mike.
Wait,
Look how happy Becky is playing with the 7300. Look, and she is concentrating there, but I'll get to, see. Look there. Look, I mean, look at the happiness between both of them. There's no
You guys
reason.
need a. You guys,
You guys need a
You need a
7300.
7300, or maybe you need two of them.
one.
One for you, his and hers.
Yeah, his and her 7300.
Yeah. So, over CW, every once in a while, when we tell people that she's a ham too, or vice versa, they're like, "Oh man, like that's awesome! Y'all are lucky." And then two people now have said, Yeah, but y'all don't share the same radios, do you? That's
One's a Yaesu and one's an ICOM.
So here's the deal: if you both get 7300s, you can operate 2 bands POTA at the same time,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and they just switch back and forth.
See, okay,
No, Mike.
now hold on. You're ganging up on me here.
No, we're
spend
not.
your
We're
money.
No, we are helping. We're helping. We are helpers on this show. No,
Yeah.
I got a serious question. So, Mike, you indicated earlier that you want to play similar to what our buddy Adam does. Soda, POTA. We all know the 7300. It's a Go Kit radio. You got to put it in an Apache box, whatever. But is there another radio out there that you have your eye on that's smaller, whether it's 100 watts or QRP, that you have your eye on for this? Anything that you're kind of looking at?
It's on his birthday.
or maybe
wish
have.
list, I think. which
Yeah,
was the
because
end of the
disclaimer,
month.
there is no commission of pushing ICOM here. It's just what we
Right.
had, and that's what they had
Right.
fun with. So I'm perfectly okay if Mike gets the 7300 and Becky gets her a Yaesu or a Cubix or whatever y'all desire. Just as long as you're having fun and smiling like that
That's
and
what
high
it's all
fiving
about.
each other. I don't care what radio you're on.
So I do. So I'm super happy with this guy. This is the QCX. Like it does fit the bill of what I was thinking in the first place. Like something about the size of a deck of cards. I can for real take this anywhere. This can fit in any backpack. And
ARK antenna, throw it up in the air and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I built one, the mini.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was her first soldering project.
Nice.
So she soldered the little bitty SMD capacitor that's on there.
And it worked. That's the key. It worked.
Right.
Got to
I think
keep
you
her.
got Argentina on the test.
Yeah. So he wants which one's on your birthday list? The
Lab 599 TX 500. It's a
Nice. Yeah,
ruggedized,
great radio.
Mm-hmm.
Great radio.
I had my eye on that too. I really
Do you
have.
want another?
There's something about that radio. It's very intriguing. I love my ICOM 705. I love my 871s, but there's something about that 599. I keep going back. I don't know. It's like that. It's like for girls, that flashy diamond in the showcase that you just keep going back and looking at, and it just keeps catching my attention. So
yeah, I think we walked past the Icon booth like 4 times, and he was like, "Maybe the display one's for sale." You know, like,
we'll wait until Sunday and get a good deal.
yeah.
You don't
That's
get much
probably
good
his-
deals on
his
those
birthday wish list.
manufacturer vendor sites. Sunday
Hey
don't
Joe,
matter.
can we play fast questions with them?
Do whatever they're okay with.
What's this?
Lightning round.
Oh, lightning round.
Well, first off, let's get a motion to put him into the clubhouse. In all fairness,
I'll make
Motion,
that motion.
pushing,
Second.
kicking.
What? Wait, hold on. Wait, what does that mean?
We
Like-
explain all the legal stuff afterwards. But
Yeah, just
Right.
say yes.
Oh, okay, uh-huh.
and
Yeah,
Mike gets a 7300 at the end of the show. You didn't know that?
So the ham
Oh,
radio
okay, I'm
clubhouse.
in. I'm in.
But Becky's got to buy
100%.
it.
I'm in.
oh, it's with y'all's card, not ours though.
Right. So
Oh.
the ham radio clubhouse is an actual entity, and we have the ability to add members to our roles. They're honorary members to the roles. So if you come on the show and you're a ham radio operator, you're welcome to join the ham radio clubhouse. So we always make a motion that N4FFF and N4BKY become a member of the ham radio clubhouse. So can I get a second?
We have
Second.
a second.
Second it.
Hey, and a third. Hello.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Hey,
See,
hey.
no nays in there, and we'll send you a bill for the dues.
All of $0.
Wait a minute.
Right.
0 times 12. You're good.
It's monthly. Don't worry about it.
It's like a
all
peach
all
jar.
for the cost of a 7300.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, as customary, for every single person who has now joined the clubhouse, you got to play the fast round with us. They're very easy questions. You just have to answer what comes off the top of your head. There's nothing right or wrong. There's no, we're not going to think anything more of you or think any less of you. Okay. Are you ready?
Unless you like barbecue chips.
Yeah, we don't give out those. Are you guys ready?
Right.
Ready.
chicken, fish, or steak?
Steak.
Chicken.
This is turning into the newlywed game, isn't it?
That's
I
the
think
house
this is gonna be a
is
newlywed
divided.
game.
What is that?
Hey, guys! Remember we were talking about we need a game show for the clubhouse.
I think
the
we've got
newlywed game.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh
You
no.
said steak. Mike, you said steak.
Yeah,
I
he
did.
says like
How do you like your steak?
Medium.
Okay.
he
Becky, you
cooks a
said
really
chicken.
good steak.
All right, and Becky,
Oh,
you said
really?
chicken. What kind
Next
of
year,
chicken you
Mike.
like?
Cooked.
Just grilled chicken with,
Just
but
grilled-
with
no, some
like
people
so
barbecue
he
pig.
we cook together, but he's kind of the sauce person, so it's really the chicken he cooks. Is my
Mike's got the sauce. We noted.
favorite. He's got the
Good
sauce.
answer.
It's a good answer.
So Huntsville 2025, we're putting Mike on the
There
grill.
you go.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
He
go.
cooks really good ribs too. Ribs.
All right. What's your
Dang,
favorite
you're
ice
signing me up for
cream?
all kinds of stuff.
What's your favorite ice cream? If you like ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip.
Butter pecan.
Oh, I'm with you on the butter pecan.
That's hilarious. Like, I can't stand nothing mint, but that's my wife's pick. And I know I can buy butter pecan because I like it. Nobody else in the house does. Lasts
Nobody else
forever.
will eat it.
Smart, Joe. Very smart.
I like it, but I'll have some mint chocolate chip.
Any
Yeah, that's what the rest
favorite
of the family.
any favorite snack? Like if you chips, chocolate, pretzels. What's your favorite snack?
Chocolate, hands down, and dark chocolate, like a semi-sweet dark chocolate. I like the sweet stuff for sure.
I can't think of the name of it, but there's a Indian snack mix that they sell that I can't get enough of. I can't buy it because I eat the whole bag.
Okay. Barbecue
He
potato
likes the
chips,
spicy.
yay or nay? Barbecue, just with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Barbecue potato chips.
Oh,
Ah!
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you have Izzo, you have a
Mike,
friend
you
in
are
Mike.
my friend. All right, and last
I didn't know that
final
was such a
question.
polarizing topic.
All right, last
See, you
didn't
don't
final
watch the
either.
question.
It is
Clubhouse
now.
enough.
All right, and the final question for the evening for the washer and the dryer on the newlywed game. What's
No,
your
the
favorite band?
7300.
What's your favorite
there you
band? What's your favorite band?
Ooh,
Favorite band.
ooh,
Oh no.
tough question.
Hmm.
Da, 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 da.
That's tough. I have such variety.
It's changed over time.
It does.
So I discovered Cat Stevens as an adult, and I
See, we went the
but
right
that counts as a
direction.
band.
See,
like,
other ham radio people are like, my favorite's 15 meters
Yeah, I like 17
or 12
20,
meters, maybe
12.
17 meters, but 10 if you're really making that smooth.
Did you interpret it the same way or not?
Conversation.
What?
Band.
Oh, 20 meters? Is that what I'm supposed to say?
No, well, no, we want to know what music you
Oh,
like.
you
but
had
every
a
time
kiss
we
of a
get a ham,
free 7300. You blew it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, thank you for
every
playing.
time we get somebody in here that we ask them what their favorite band, and there's like 20 meters. We're like, no, what are you listening to?
Thank
Yeah,
you
But
for
the
Yeah.
funny part
playing.
is,
Johnny,
Thanks
he
for
said the
playing.
music, and I was like, wait, they're supposed to say 20 meters?
we'll give you you have our consolation prize will be a years of car wax. I just showed my age, didn't I?
Yes, you
A
did.
lifetime supply of turtle wax.
So interesting though. You said Cat Stevens, and it's interesting because I go back and forth between terrestrial radio and satellite through the XM, and it's funny when you hear stuff from the 70s. I'm a 70s. You know, I came out of learning rock and roll and music in the 70s. And it was just amazing now what I kind of gravitate back for everyone. It all depends on the mood, just like anything else.
Yeah.
You know, I could be hard hitting some rock and roll, then all of a sudden it was some, top
Smooth
40
jazz.
smooth jazz, 40s jazz junction on Sirius XM. Or then all of a sudden it's, rockin' 80s with, Joan Jett and or 70s Kiss, to all of a sudden it's Seals and Crofts here, sailing, yacht radio. It's just amazing as we get older what goes through our experiences of life and everything. And it is a hard question, I'll be honest with you.
It
I
is.
think if I was
I have a
really-
different poll.
even-
Go ahead, Becky. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, even now, I'm thinking, I'm like, do I really have a favorite? It's kind of like you grow up and then things change, and like
Different
Chicago,
genres.
and
Yep.
all like just everything changes. So
Yeah, the
But
genres of
so
life.
a really weird experience is when the kids end up putting something on, and you're like, "Oh, I can't believe you discovered that! Like, how did you? That's what I used to listen to in high school." And they're like,
Yep.
"I love the classic stuff."
Yep.
you're like, no,
Oh, yeah.
it's not
That
classic.
That
No,
Love this finish
I'll
music.
wear that. I wear that. It's good. It's the classics are the good stuff.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I guess another poll would be, because I can't tell you, other than listening to a baseball game, I think the radio in my car, like the actual terrestrial radio, has been turned on like 10 times just to listen to baseball. I got a Spotify premium account so that there's no commercials, because I hate listening to commercials. And I could just put a playlist on of whatever I want to listen to. And it's nonstop. It's the greatest thing ever. It's like I will totally pay a little bit of money every month to not have to listen to ads or to listen to some paid political advertisement or some, let's see, what was the latest one? There was a government one that was like,
Shane, your privilege is showing.
Ah!
I don't have privilege. It's like $8 a month. That's one less old fashioned a week. And you too could have commercial-free streaming radio.
I think on Saturday or Sunday mornings, I forget. I think it's the 70s channel on XM. They, once again, Casey Kasem just
70s
doesn't
on
die.
7.
70s on 7. I don't think Casey Kasem has really died, because they are replaying the top 40 for that week. And it's like, oh my God, I remember that song from 6th grade or 8th grade, and it's like, you feel a little old, but you don't care. I don't care. Those were the good times, as far as I'm concerned, and which has led us to learning the different genres, enjoying the different genres of music, as well as now leads into like what we were saying before about CW and other things. It helps to a lot of people. Music has really been the foundation of people understanding and comprehending, Morse code. And
I don't remember who I heard say it. One of the kind of instructor type people, and said you have to learn how to send a space.
Ooh.
In Morse code.
In Morse code.
Really?
Learn how to send a space, because if it's not there, everything is, you can't. It's really hard to copy if the space isn't there. And I think when we listen, you'll listen to a conversation on the radio in Morse code, and you can tell, like, wow, I want to have a QSO with that person, because you hear the space, so then it's easier to pick out the letters. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, when you were talking about what terrestrial radio in your car, this last year we've been having a good time doing POTA hunting in the car. So like we I don't think we've turned on the radio in months and months.
Yeah.
But we like whoever's driving, the other person does the POTA hunt, and then if it's safe to pull over, because we always pull over.
Always pull over.
Yeah.
I don't ever just toss in the key and grab the wheel. Never.
Well, I will say I've got the links to your YouTube channel added. So everyone, I don't know how many subscribers you started with when you joined the Clubhouse tonight, but when you jumped in, there's 125 people watching, with about 111 watching now. So everybody go over. Thank you, Steve, for putting the Ham Radio Duo YouTube channel in the chat there. Everybody go subscribe. You know it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool stuff. So hopefully you guys, we want to see you guys need to come back in like 4, 5, 6 months and give us an update. We want to know.
Yeah, tell us what you're doing. Really?
If you like the RV content, also subscribe to Home is Where Your Honey Is by Mike and Becky. Look at that.
Yep.
So I hope y'all continue to come back to the gatherings, and
Absolutely.
For sure.
We enjoy it for sure. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things we learned this weekend is everybody is just so welcoming. And like, we met some people that we had QSOs with that walked up, and, you meet them in person, and it's kind of
like, I didn't know you were that ugly. It's a good thing you do radio. It's a good thing you're good at
reminded
POTA.
me of my joke that I haven't said yet.
Okay.
What's the joke? Oh wait, he's got a good one. He's got a good one. He practiced already. Go ahead.
I have the same really good radio voice that Joe Brett does. It's just that it only comes across Morse code.
So you're saying your Morse code is slow and easy to come.
Sultry. You got that sultry CW sound coming out.
Joe, give it to us.
D5YVY.
All right, in I get one joke. Yeah, I get one joke. So mine is Hamfest is the only place where there is no line in the ladies' restroom.
Interesting.
Really?
That is truth. That is
I think that's the true sound. I think that's the joke.
It's true. 100%. There is a room full of 1,000 people, and there's no line in the ladies' restroom.
Like you can just go in there and sing your little heart out, can't you?
Literally, I mean, nobody was there, and he was in there, and I was like, "What took you so long?" Right? There's a line. Yeah.
It's the only place in the whole event that there's no line. The women's restroom. I like that. I never thought about that.
Joe, that could be Joe, that could be your one of many T-shirts for next year.
Yeah, no kidding.
The only place.
Speaking of,
We
Joe
just
Brett,
can't
did you
put the-
see any of your T-shirts while y'all were there this weekend?
I did. I seen several. I tried to catch a guy in the crowd. Like, I mean, people disappear kind of quick around the flea market crowd. And I caught a glimpse of him from a mile over, and he was walking away. But he had one of the Huntsville shirts on as well. But I don't know who he was. It was a guy, and you had some rock and roll hair past your shoulders. And I wanted to meet you, but I lost you. So
we need to have a Clubhouse meetup next time.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, that means you got to show up, Shane.
I might fly in for the day.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, so
Mike,
Mike,
my other trip is off next year.
Maybe Shane can take y'all on a hot air balloon ride someday.
Ooh.
That's very true.
Are you certified?
We can do some hot air balloon mobile.
You finished?
Written test will be in
hot air balloon. Yeah.
So the written test will be in about. Well, CW will be the best because I have this really, really loud torch above my head. So when you're trying to do sideband in between, when I have to add heat to the balloon, it's kind of crazy. But if you're doing CW, there's no break, so you can make all the contacts you want.
Can Carlos join us?
I think Carlos has already offered to let me try CW on a parachute.
Can you parachute off of the hot air balloon?
Yeah, let's just knock it all out.
You can.
All
Yeah, do it all at once. But I was like,
Yeah.
I would put the hot air balloon like with ropes where it doesn't go anywhere, so you can stay up there as long as you want, as long as we got
right in the
fuel.
park.
Oh, that would be
In the
perfect.
park. So you can do a
okay.
POTA
We can
from the
POTA
balloon.
activate from a.
So it'd be hot
Hard
air
to be
balloon
fast.
Sign
mobile
us up.
over
Yeah.
Montesano State Park.
There you go.
Sign us up.
I just need the state of Alabama to sign up.
I think we can handle that.
Maybe we'll
I know a
see.
guy.
I got a guy. So we have another group
Hang on,
down
hang on
there.
a minute.
Oh,
They're cool. Where'd it go?
okay.
So our friend Andy Callie, that's in like every chat before every video starts, like he's the first to everything. Evidently, he has subscribed to y'all's channel back when you only had 5 subs, so he's been there for the long run.
Whoa.
Wow.
Duration.
Yeah.
Long time viewer there.
460.
Cool.
Whoa.
You know what
Thanks.
you started at for the night?
I don't. Do.
I think it was
459.
No. Got around the 430.
Who's counting?
I don't know.
The first 1,000's tough. Once you get past the first 1,000, you're good to go.
Yeah. We're just having fun. I think, if that happens, it happens. If not, we just hope that it shows people how fun it is and just try it,
The
I
song of
agree.
my heart, just have fun. Whatever you're doing, have
Have
fun.
fun.
If you're not having fun, nobody else wants to see you not having fun.
Yeah.
There you go. Carlos said you were at 380 on Sunday, he thinks.
Yes. Yes.
And you're at 460 now.
Correct.
Wow.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
All right. So, 100 people went over there and said howdy to you. So, that'll work. Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it for sure. We
Supposed to
appreciate you
have
guys
this,
having us and
Well, you're
hosting
always
us
welcome
at
back
your-
anytime.
Yeah, hosting us at your campsite there, Joe Brett. That was kind of fun hanging out. So
Oh, it definitely was. And I
Yeah.
definitely want y'all to come back on the Clubhouse to show us when Mike gets his radio. That'd be great. And
I like it.
but if there's anything like we're going to bring some other folks on, you're welcome to stay and gut punch. But and definitely don't just sit, you sit there and want to say something like there's a lot you can say to these next two.
We can hang out.
Yeah.
So whatever
Hang out in
you
the
want to
background.
do. So like I told
We'll
you
hang
before,
out.
yeah, you stay as long as you want. Shane left, so I guess Steve's got the. I mean, I could click a button, but I don't like clicking buttons.
Yeah, I don't know where Izzo went either.
So
All
I
right.
do appreciate y'all again.
So Mike and Becky,
Yeah.
you may have met these two characters because they were at the park with us.
They were there during the video that
We
I
have
took.
Shaq and Greg and Scout 75
Hey
coming in
boys,
from Indiana.
Hello.
Yeah, well, can you hear us all right?
Yep. I hear you. Where's Shane?
I didn't want to snuggle up to Greg quite.
Oh, come on.
You have been all
Those
weekend.
those guys are snuggled. Well, we can snuggle.
No. That's all
I
right.
was snuggled up all weekend. I know how it was.
How's that? Is that good?
There you go.
All right. Well,
What's up, guys?
I'm a normal size human. You're a size and a quarter, so I look like I'm
Yeah,
back 10 feet, but I'm right shoulder.
I was going to say, Scout, you should have sat closer to the camera.
Yeah. Swap seats.
Oh, he
Yeah.
said they're sitting even with each other.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just big.
Well, he's leaning. There we go.
There you
Now
go.
that we got that straightened out, which we should have gotten straightened out an hour ago when we're practicing. But hello, everyone.
Hello.
And I have to say, my first time to Huntsville, a lot of amazing, fun moments. But I have to say, probably my favorite moment, besides watching Kyle freak out when I was making eggs, was watching Becky make that first QSO using the mic. That was so cool. That was fun to watch. I was glad I was there.
I told him I was just so happy to see my radio do something it's never done before. You know?
Yeah, that was so
And
cool.
may never do again.
She did okay. I've seen better.
Oh, shots fired.
Not
Oh,
really.
Greg.
That was great. I'm just
So, Scout, I meant to ask you, do you want size 10 or size 11 Crocs?
I already was talking to James, and I'm getting a size 10.
Okay.
So that
Good
was
deal.
taking the So, yeah, I'm on my final leg of my journey back to northern Wisconsin. Got my camper parked out in
Good to
Greg's
have you, Steve.
backyard here behind the shack. So after the show, I'll hit the rack early and then spend there 12 hours on the road to get back home. But it was worth the journey to this amazing camp out. That was so much fun.
All right.
That's when you should say something.
Oh, no, I was just listening to you talk too long.
All right.
Greg, tell us about the eggs. How were the eggs?
I missed the one that he caught on fire. I had that was early in the morning. Had to get a shower in, so I left and came back, and just all was left was the bacon. But the next day, they're fantastic. And
They did look good the next day.
Good.
I do wish we had Kyle to tell this story because you know, that Kyle laughed that he has to get out before he would even talk.
Yep. To sum up, because obviously most people don't know, I brought down what's called a discata or a scuttle or a cowboy walk. It's basically a disc plow that's been modified into a real shell walk that you put over a propane burner. And it's fantastic. It's kind of like a concave flat iron. It's a huge cooking surface. It's awesome for breakfast and grilling and everything. And the beauty of them is all the heat's concentrated in the middle and it cools off. So for breakfast, you fry up your bacon first, push it off to the side instead of putting it on a plate and letting it get cold. Then you cool everything down and cook the eggs, and everything stays nice and warm. You only dirty one cooking pot, and life is good. Well, this is like the third or fourth time I used it, and I never made eggs. And there's a group of people around, so I'm feeling rushed and nervous. And well, I had that thing a little hotter than I thought I had it, and I didn't let it cool down.
Oh no!
And Kyle came by, and
Did he have his like IR thermometer that he pointed at your
No.
grill? Said, "Do you know that's like 800
Kyle
degrees,
came
right?"
by, and we're talking to him, and I told him, I got 2 pounds of bacon and a bunch of eggs. There's going to be plenty. You can stick around if you want. And he was hemming and hawing. Cracked that first egg. I put it down, and it quite literally incinerated. It just went woof. I mean, I didn't see the whites at all, and I saw the yolk boil. And Kyle goes, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
A little warm.
But have you ever seen
It's a
Kyle?
little warm.
Have you ever had with Kyle? When he says "I gotta go," that's his fight or flight instincts kicking in, and it's time for him to fly.
I gotta go.
He was dodging yolks.
Oh,
Yeah, so I mean, the way Kyle explained it to us was when it was the white part of the egg you just vaporized, and the yolk like jumped 6 feet in the air. Yeah, so
I say boiled. He said
I wish we
jumped
had that on
6 feet in the
video.
air.
So it was levitating then above the cooking surface.
Yeah.
It just went over Kyle's head, so it was like even with the grill.
So what I did notice, Shane, is that you attempted, in case this happened again, to capture this because
Yes.
Sunday morning when you was cooking and I walked over, you had the camera pointed toward the cooking station.
Yeah.
I'm-
There's going to be a cooking with Greg video coming up sometime soon.
Oh God.
Yeah, so when he's not looking, crank the temperature up so we can.
It's just me with a
Get that-
cigarette in my mouth and a spatula.
And then this morning, like I said, I ventured down from Wisconsin to southern Indiana, met up with Greg and his other brother, who a lot of the group didn't know he had a third brother.
Dan.
And the three of us caravaned all the way to Huntsville the next day. Dan left by himself, about the same time Norm did, or a little earlier.
Yeah, like right after the Ham Fest.
Yeah,
Sunday.
but at any rate, we decided to take our time coming back, and we spent our night in Middle Tennessee. Found a nice little state park that we were able to book a reservation, so we were able to do a late shift activation because I figure if I'm driving across 5 states, I might as well add them to my POTA activation logs.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And this morning, I cooked eggs again, and I had it perfect. And I made a point to film like a 8-second clip, and I posted it on Twitter and just tagged Kyle on it, just to let him know that yes, I can cook eggs.
I do know how to cook eggs without them rapidly exploding.
Yep.
Had to redeem yourself there.
and sharing that square drop or that teardrop trailer with them last night was it was a little cramped. But,
Cozy, yeah.
You know,
I'm surprised you fit in that teardrop.
Hey,
You
come
would
on.
be wearing that thing if you try to get in there.
Right. First off, what are you guys doing in the same shack? That's the midday impossible question here.
Yeah, so Shane wasn't listening. He just got back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got back. I had to go make water.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Becky.
Well,
Do you want to start over, or shall I?
no, we're just best friends. So.
I just got here.
That sums it up.
This is the odd couple.
So, Shane, what you didn't hear is Scout still has a 12-hour drive
Oh
from
dear.
Greg's
Yeah.
to get home.
Yeah,
So
no
he,
thanks. I've
He
been
just
there.
met me down here on the way down, spent the night, and then he's spending the night tonight and heading back up.
Yeah, my journey to Huntsville, Shane, started Wednesday evening. I left my house Wednesday evening, drove about 2/3 of the way across Wisconsin, spent the night at a truck stop, and then the next morning kindled another 9 hours through the rest of Wisconsin, through Illinois, and most of Indiana to get here. So it took me about 12 hours of driving just to get to Greg's place. So
Been
That's
there, done that.
Dedicated
man.
relationship y'all have, man.
That's very true.
Props
Yeah,
to that. Yeah.
exactly.
That's dedication.
That's long distance
So-
relationships don't
so-
last, you know.
Well,
The,
this
so-
one's been going a while, so.
Oh yeah.
So the question of the year
longer
is:
than I know, apparently.
was it the
Commitment.
jalapeno
All about
mango whiskey? Was
Yeah.
that what it was?
It was the Old Smoky mango habanero.
Yeah.
Mango. So did you bring a bottle that didn't end up in the grass this year?
I bought a bottle for Greg for a present.
Because he didn't get to taste it last
Yeah.
time.
No, yeah,
Unless he was licking the concrete.
for everybody to catch to catch up. A lot of us, just like how the show started, we all hang out in Discord and the chats and everything. And Kyle was involved. We pick on him. We looked at the map, and Kyle lives in St. Louis area. Greg lives in southern Indiana. I live in northern Wisconsin, and we thought it'd be fun to do a meetup. And one year, 3 years ago now?
Yeah, 2.5 or so.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
We found a state park in Iowa that was about the same distance drive for all of us. So we decided to rent a cabin there and meet up there. And then Greg's mother, Norm
was going to be there because his wife's from there doing the family thing. So
yeah,
it worked out.
So Greg and I have been doing these POTA campouts for a couple of years. Twice last year, you came to parks in my area because your wife has friends in the Twin Cities area. So you came up. You didn't want to spend the whole time with your wife's friends.
I didn't want to spend any time with my wife's friends.
There's the truth.
Yeah, I was about to say, the truth comes out.
I showed them some nice state parks that are right along the Wisconsin-Minnesota border on the St. Croix River. So we camped out for the weekend, and then I've been wanting to come to Huntsville, so this just made a good stop instead of trying to drive 15 hours worth of driving by myself. Have someone to carpool or a caravan with and stuff. So yeah,
I bet 5.2 was working pretty well for you guys.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
And then other people tried to butt in our conversation, and we just dumped them.
Tell them to get off 5.2. Yep. Get their own frequency.
Yeah.
Shane, you remind me of, speaking of the whiskey. Last fall when I reserved my campsite, I started an affinity bottle. I think you're probably the only one in the group there that knows what an affinity bottle for whiskey is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started an affinity bottle to bring with, and for those that don't know, it's basically a fancy word for a decanter for leftover whiskey. All it is, I had a bottle of bourbon. I had maybe a quart of it left, and I got something else I want to try. I like to try different whiskeys a lot, so I got something else, and then I decided to pour a shot of that into that other bottle.
Oh, you mixed them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then each time I tried something else or got another bottle, and I would, you always get that bottom where it's not quite a shot, or there's a shot and a half. You don't want to have it all.
So that becomes the beer shot, Matt, or the Matt shot.
Right. But it's all in the bottle. It's not the backwash or anything. It's all in the bottle.
Right.
So it was some expensive whiskeys that I wanted to experiment, and some of my standards like Buffalo Trace, and some that were gifted to me. And I have other friends that we have a little. It wasn't like I filled this bottle by myself, by the way. There's other friends of mine that sample whiskeys together. So other people donated their whiskey. So I brought that down and poured out the whole bottle at one of the meetups, except for a shot worth the start for seed for the next one, and everybody said it tasted pretty good.
Nice.
If you have whiskey left over, you're doing it wrong.
It's
especially
his whiskey. So he said Buffalo Trace was his bottom. That's kind of like his.
I'm not a whiskey snob. Buffalo Trace is the best.
No, it's good. So
it's good stuff. Yeah.
But that's his bottom of the barrel, So everything else is better than that. So it was, even though it was mixed, it was still good whiskeys together.
Nice.
There you go.
As long as they didn't jump out the bottle, you're good.
Creative blending, if you will. Any purchases or takeaways from the Huntsville Handfest for you guys?
I didn't get anything from the Handfest.
I bought a what was it, like a quilted bowl koozie for my wife. She's been the last 2 years, and she went to this booth and bought one from her each year. So she didn't make it this year, so I bought her one of those, and that was it.
Wow.
So what was the shacking off the gift this year? So last year it was the
gold wrappers.
The golden wrappers. Sorry, I'm trying to keep things pleasant for the ladies to hear.
About got me punched in the face this year.
What was this year's item?
It was a beer koozie that just said I survived the pavilion. Huntsville 2024 shacking off.
Nice.
And so it was a pretty good one, but we got 100 of them, so we really had to pass them out. And I think I still probably have 10 left. So maybe next giveaway, on Clubhouse, I can say
hey, there you go.
Now that's something that we're gonna.
Yeah, did
Yes,
you
I
get
did.
that, Sinatra?
Vern.
That's some
That
good
was
stuff in there.
fantastic. Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that was smooth.
I heard about it. Wasn't invited, but I heard about it. It sounded
I
fantastic.
wasn't either. I just followed Mike and HYO. I was on my way back to my camper. He says, "Hey, let's go see Vern." And I said, "Well, why wouldn't I? Vern's one of the nicest human beings ever." So,
On the planet.
on the planet.
Well, I tried to go in, and Vern said, "Get the heck out."
Get off my, did he tell you to get off
There
his
you go.
lawn?
Becky
Look
says,
at that.
I survived the pavilion at Huntsville.
Nice, Mike. Very good, Mike.
There you go.
And we had
That's awesome.
we had 3 different colors, so
Nice.
went all out.
Oh.
It's something you guys could use, and
I was gonna say, were you passing
and
those
kinda
out with
tame.
Miller High Life in them?
No, everybody was. Well, apparently that night nobody brung enough beer, so everybody was drinking mine and Shane's High Life, and then they would open it up and say, "This is the worst beer ever," and I was like, "Well, then don't drink
But it's-
anymore." They're
but
like,
it's
"Well,
the
I'm
best price ever.
yeah, but they drink them all, I was like, "Don't drink anymore." No, I'm gonna drink.
Right.
Oh, you just reminded me of one of my mini goofs. I brought an extra cooler with, and I was going to bring a case or 2 of New Glarus beer, the Spotted Cow. It's only, a lot of people have heard of it. It's only available in Wisconsin.
Those jerks.
Yeah, well, you find something you like, you keep it to yourself, sometimes. But
Usually you marry it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's how it works.
Or you call it,
conversation,
or
yeah.
you call it Greg.
But
I'm with you, Joe.
I took off, in the evening. I'm like, well, I'll pick it up along the way the next day, and everything will be fine. And about 100 miles into Illinois, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot. So it should have been a cooler full of Spotted Cow, but we just bought the cheapest stuff that we could find at the local liquor store. So
Well, it's funny, the night after we hung out at T.O.'s camper, or the next day goes to get me another drink out of the fridge, and I looked at Noelle and holy crap, did you let somebody else in this box? She's like, I ain't touched the box. And I'm like, well, somebody has. It's open. I didn't even open it. It's a 12-pack. There's 5 left in it.
Oh wow!
And she's like,
I
well,
mean, at least he left you a little bit.
then she reminded me. She said, well, I come back to the camper twice, and I brought you 2 each time, and you took some with you. And I was like, all right, that almost maths up. So my bad. I'm sorry.
yeah, there's no shortage of adult beverages around, but everybody was for the most part responsible.
Wait. For the most part,
For the most part,
did I miss a big party that?
no.
Hey, Steve, do you remember me picking you up?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
My back still hurts from it.
What? You what?
My back still hurts.
Oh.
Is there a video on that? Because that's
I'm
something.
sure there is.
I don't know.
Get that one.
He was just coming off out of T.O.'s camper, and I said, "I'll lift you down." No, and then he's like, "You can't do it," and I said, "All right,
Hold my beer."
Yep.
How many did it take to lift Norm up?
I wasn't there,
Yeah.
but no, I don't think it took too many.
Did we have to
Maybe
retrieve
7.
Norm again?
We didn't
Well,
have
he
to
did
retrieve
get
one,
lost in
but-
the woods this year.
Okay. Okay, so there was
Probably-
lost in the woods, and there was asleep in the ditch.
Yeah.
So
was-
did we avoid both of those this time around?
Oh yeah, he didn't even make it
Okay.
out of the party zone where he decided to lay down.
All right.
do-
He
I
wanted,
didn't know.
he wanted to take a nap.
So here's the thing: we all know
He
you
was
got
in bed.
those. You got the tags that you can do through iPhone. I think for items.
Air tags. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Air tags. You can
Mhm.
tag a canine. I figured you guys were going to tag Norm at some point with something.
That's
And
not
there's
a
no-
Saturday night,
idea.
you wouldn't
Not
need
a
to
bad
take him 'cause
idea.
He wasn't moving too quick.
And there's no code Adam for that for Norm. We'll always know where
Code
he is.
Adam.
Code
We
Norm.
could just put a Meshtastic note on him.
Yes, exactly.
Hang it around
that
his
would have
neck.
worked too. That would have definitely worked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, Norm behaved for the most part.
Jody says Norm is the creator of the unplanned fox hunt. Absolutely.
The unplanned.
Get your fox
yeah.
hunt on.
So true.
Exactly. The beginnings of search and rescue.
We got to put a transmitter on Norm next time.
Yeah.
That would, you know something, guys? That would be fun to just track Norm. Even for those who don't go to Huntsville, that would be great. Where's
how
Norm?
You get the drones that can follow somebody and film them.
Mm-hmm.
We just gotta have one right on Norm.
It's just hover.
We have the tech.
Yeah,
We have
exactly.
the technology.
We have the
thing is,
technology.
do we just want to spend the money? That's what it comes
we
down
can
to.
make him better.
We can make him better. $6 million Norm.
Well, you just put one of those cat collars with the little camera on it, and where you see his adventures.
Mike Yo says Shane already 3 days ahead of you. Air tagging him next year.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, brother Mike. Good.
Have y'all ever seen those videos?
The cats?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
You got cat
I'm
videos
gonna
on
stop
YouTube?
before I go down. No.
That sounds
It's
like some-
specifically the cat video with the little camera below their collar.
No, Shane and I did. We went on Sunday, and I think we were there around 11. And I can't remember, but it seems like Huntsville was closing at noon the years before, and they stayed open later this year. Is that correct?
I
Like
thought they
till 3.
closed a little early today or this
They-
year.
They closed at 3 on Sunday, but people were packing up,
They're
by
packing
noon.
up. Yeah.
So we didn't plan on really buying anything, so we just went just to hang out and take a look around, just for Shane to experience it.
Yeah.
And we didn't have much to do, but
I didn't buy anything, but I spent a little bit too much time at the Armor Lock booth, and now I got ideas. So
there you go.
why I didn't spend money at the Hamfest, it probably did cost me money eventually, but
But we spent Saturday at the Space Center.
That was worth
what
it for
Shane
me.
wanted to do.
I've always that was secretly my main goal. I've always wanted to check that place out, and that was so cool.
Did you get in the chair that like spins in circles?
No, if I wanted to get sick, you'd just give me an airplane ride.
Shane's like, "Can I have some more money to do that?" And I was like, "What do you think I am, a Rockefeller?" It's like it already cost us $30 just to get in here.
To get in, right?
Yeah, and I was trying to pass him off. I'm like, he's under 12. And
Well, when I'm standing next to you and
they weren't
Dan,
having
I
it,
do
were
look
they?
at 12-year-old. You know,
Look at my father drinking Miller Lite. Come on,
Yeah.
guys, give me a break.
In the parking lot before he comes in to check out the Rocket Center.
So, Jordan says it's 9 to 4 Saturday, 9 to 2 on Sunday.
okay, I knew it closed earlier, but it felt like everybody was shutting down about noon.
It did feel
was
like they were
fine,
packing up early. Yep.
but I wasn't looking for anything, so it's all
But-
good.
Who won the grand prize at the Hamfest?
Was this
On
guy
the
that
website.
always gets their 1,001 tickets?
Oh, no, I haven't checked my email yet. Let me see.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one I kept seeing two names come up.
Was it somebody from South Carolina?
No. Tom Medlin, W5KUB, I think it is.
KUB, yeah, he's
Yeah.
the guy. He's
He
the guy
buys a
who
bunch of
always.
tickets, and Joe Eisenberg. He must have dropped a ton of money on tickets because it like every hour he got at least one, if not two, door prizes.
See, that's what we got to do next year. We need to have a GoFundMe for to take all the Huntsville Hamfest prizes.
Hold
We'll
on.
just give
hold on.
away on the Clubhouse.
Hold on. It's Beer Snack. Wait, Shane, hang on. It's Beer Snack right here. Beer Snack. Do you want to tell him no, or do you want me to tell him no?
Just blow the
Rude.
whole budget
No!
on tickets.
Okay, fine, whatever.
or maybe you just roll
Whatever.
the dice with all the donations that you guys get from the super chats and the
Oh.
buy me a coffee, and just put all that money into the raffle and get
See?
more bang for your bank.
See,
there
And
you go.
then, And
Pierce,
then
I
we'll do a
listen.
giveaway. And then we'll do a giveaway.
Yeah.
We can take that and then do the giveaway.
Yeah.
Jordan,
So it
I mean,
looks
just let
like
me use it for like 2 or
705.
3 months, and then I could give it away.
Jordan, please tell me that was the
Saturdays.
705.
Saturday's grand prize was the FT991A, Lauren Laurie, not available for call signs. So maybe that was the
Okay.
youth there that had 1 ticket and won that Jordan's talking about maybe.
Nice.
And Sundays was the 705 to Mike Stone, NL7RQ.
Okay.
Send him your best offers. He got it for free. Well, besides cost of ticket. That's
Jeff
what I always
said-
do. I email the winners of these things. Like, hey, man, you take $100 for it.
So Jeff says it was the most expensive Handfest ever, and hardly any of it was ham related.
Joe, can you imagine the 11-year-old saying, "Ma, Dad, I can get $100 right now. This guy Joe send me an email."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It ain't
even
worth
think,
it.
I don't even think I saw Jeff over there this year. And if I did see you, Jeff, sorry I forgot because I was,
Yeah, man.
we were having good times. But
Jeff
I
had an extended stay. I hope you got the mechanical stuff fixed, but
don't think we met up this year.
well, he was at TO's all night, but you may not remember that.
Well, yeah, maybe
Yeah, saw him at
people will talk
TO's.
to me or something.
Saw
You
him
was-
up at the pavilion.
You were busy giving merry-go-round rides to Steve and whoever else come down the steps.
Wait a minute.
I was.
Where's
I
the
was-
video
I was
for
pretty
that?
tame.
That's a,
Yeah, the one time Tio didn't have the camera running.
That's shocking.
Yeah, I know. But I will say, I was sitting at Tio's editing the video that I released tonight, and my
Wait, you put out another video?
yeah,
That's two a week.
almost. Yep.
that's what, 3 this month or 2 this month?
I think
That's
it's
2 this
actually
year.
4 this.
4.
Oh, 4 this year.
But
But
mouse
within
kept
the month
dying.
of August, but my point is the month of August, we're 20 days into August, and you've had how many videos released?
I think 3.
Oh,
3 more than Shane has.
Right.
3 more than what Don has.
Right.
So I'm sitting there in the chair, and my mouse keeps dying. I look up, and Tio's standing in front of me talking to everybody. I'm like, no, there's no way he's on the radio. And then there go the spots. Oh, look, Tio's on FT8. And I'm sitting right over his radial field. So his RF is knocking out my touchpad on my laptop. I'm like,
Just like the stove. There we go. Just like the
Got
stove. See?
See,
It follows you, Steve. There's a shadow. You have an RF shadow following you.
I have a new remote access also. Just saying.
and
Talking about RF, I think N8YO left with the most amount of potential RF when he gets it hooked up on 2 meter. Anyway. I mean,
a
he's going to be a heavy
2
hitter.
Kilowatt amplifier. All right.
1,000 watts. Coming to you on 2 meter. CQ on this repeater.
he'll key up my repeaters here in South Carolina from his
Yeah.
own QGH.
From 8 land to 1 land.
Yeah. And then I made the mistake of letting Mike take me over to the table where he got it and showed me some of the other ones. And
The 220 and yep.
yeah, there's a kilowatt amplifier for 220.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
73, Vern. Have a good night.
See you,
Good night,
Vern.
Vern.
Take care, Vern.
Work. Okay, I see.
I got to try to contact Steve on my new remote since I don't have his remote
So
right now.
Why don't you have my remote anymore?
Right now I don't.
I wonder if
No, man.
Norm, you still in the chat? I feel like I need your permission to play this video of you. And
Nah,
Dan.
Yeah. Yeah.
just send it.
Greg said, "Do it."
Just do it.
178 after 178 shows, we have to ask that question.
Where was it filmed at? And I'll let you know.
Tos.
Nah.
They were finishing some beverages.
Oh, nah. You better ask Norm.
You know
Hey,
it's a good video now.
For Greg, for Greg to say that, you know what that meant. For Greg to say that.
He's like, I don't
I
want
don't
his
think he's
employer
around.
seeing that.
Yeah, so we'll save that.
Well, Norm works for a certain agency.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So make sure there's a link down here that goes to our Discord, and if we get permission, we'll share that in Discord. So make sure you join us over in Discord.
Then we may just. I've been thinking about getting a
Send it to me,
projector.
Joe.
I don't. Okay, I probably can. It's only a minute long.
I got it from another angle.
So it was multicammed, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Well, as Joe Bett filmed Becky's QSO, I filmed what else is there?
I'm just gonna say normal one, but it was shoulder to shoulder, man. It was tough.
Who was the contestant?
Your brother?
Oh yeah,
both your brothers.
Yeah, no. If anybody wants to see a video of that, check out Scout 75 short from Wisconsin 2 years ago, and it's same contest.
It's similar to that. Similar, yeah.
So this is an ongoing theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
well.
darn ring light gets you every time.
I have thrown the idea of getting a projector for the nighttime activities. At the very least, having people's videos playing on the playlist.
So Jason has one.
Yeah, he told me when we didn't try it though.
Oh, okay.
The way
he has the screen and everything.
We weren't at the pavilion that late this year.
No, we wasn't. But
really,
yeah.
I mean, his screen you get set up anywhere.
We could have plastered it on the side of T.O.'s big new camper.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Hey, actually thinking about it, Shane, probably shouldn't even say Norm's name. Go ahead and edit that out after.
You're live. I don't have a dump button here. Sorry. And for anyone who's not familiar, in the actual terrestrial radio world, you're on a 3 to 5 second delay. So if someone says the F word while you're alive, you can hit a button, and it doesn't go out over the air. It saved me many times.
Considering the guy with the button don't have a delay.
Correct.
No, it delays the whole show.
No, but
everything gets
so that's
knocked
where the
out for like
buffering
3
comes
seconds.
in at.
Yep.
Yes.
And it
but
takes a
it
little
takes
bit
the
for
man
that
to do
build
it,
that
though.
up.
Right.
Well, I want to say
Kyle
one
had
thing.
an interesting question. Kyle says that we're going to play old kung fu movies in the background at the pavilion.
Only if Kyle's had enough to drink, because he'll start reenacting.
That'd be fun.
Trying to fight Greg.
Yeah, well, we got pictures of that. Norm fighting Kyle. So, well, from a previous Huntsville, but they're around.
Yeah.
What's Norm like? Godzilla, and here comes Kyle and like Jack and the Beanstalk or something.
No, surprisingly, in real life, Kyle's like 6'2". I don't. Crazy.
Well, that's if he's that's if he's wearing clogs.
Nah, that's good. But no, I wanted to say, I met Mike and Becky, and man, they make ham radio operators look like slobs. I don't appreciate that.
So casually saying.
So, I saw those. I'm like, these guys are just hikers. They're not ham radio operators. and then I'm like, well, they're not real ham radio operators, and they do CW, and I'm like, well. I'm not a real ham radio operator. So
I'm a no code extra.
Yeah. No, it was nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, it was great meeting you too.
Absolutely, yeah. Nice meeting you all too.
I will say they cost me some money this morning. So.
Oh, I forgot about the Pota Club. That dog was amazing.
Yeah.
It
was just sitting up there.
Yep.
Yeah. She's our POTA dog. She kind of goes where we go.
Let's see. Get you some of those buttons. You get any of those buttons like you see on some of these short videos where the dogs are telling you, "Hey, I'm hungry. Get up," or "I want to go play."
Yeah. Oh, we should get Morse code buttons.
That's what I'm getting at.
There you go.
Very good, Joe.
Yeah.
Very good, Joe.
And sometimes they have those dogs that like smell when people are dying. And my dog's always sniffing me, and I'm like, "What's wrong?"
You're like, I don't smell burnt toast. I'm fine.
I was like, I just came home. Am I dying?
The dog is better than a breathalyzer.
Craig, my dog keeps smelling.
It smells liver failure. Is that what it is?
Could maybe cancer. Who knows? I'm not gonna go find out though. That's
oh man.
Look at Izzo. That's fantastic.
So how
She's
far
good
is your
until we're in the middle of a POTA.
Yeah,
and she
I'm
sees
back
squirrel.
camper at his place for the night, I think.
So for next year, and you should probably do it now, go reserve your spot in Montesano because the real Ham Fest is at Montesano.
They're talking
and
about that, Shane.
Just a heads up.
Yeah.
The prices went up
By how much?
considerable.
Well, from my understanding, statewide, it's not just this part, but it's statewide Alabama. They're going to the pricing like hotels do. The more people and the closer to time of the event, the prices increase a little bit.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
No, we're not going there.
What?
Beep. Oh, did I get it?
That
Did I
was
get
2
it?
presidents ago.
No.
That's just my joke.
I know.
So when we was checking
You're only
in,
allowed to blame James.
I told them I wanted to reserve for the next year. And they're like, oh, you can just do that Monday when you check out. And I'm like, I looked at I said, you won't have anything. And he looked at me
Right.
like, what are you talking about? So evidently he doesn't work the desk very often during the weekend in August. And so I explained to him how it works. And he goes, okay. And I'm like, and if the 364 day thing's a deal breaker, then reserve me for next Wednesday for next year. And that is 364 days from now. So I got my site. I'm locked in.
Yep, my site's locked.
What's the dates for next year?
15th, 16th. What was it this year? 17th, 18th?
So the 15th, 16th, 17th?
Well, I mean, the show's Saturday and Sunday, so whatever that is.
Yeah.
But it's always third weekend in August.
Don't ask me why I'm asking that.
Every year. And it's posted on their website.
I checked earlier. Everything's booked up, so I think I'm just going to sleep under Joe Brett's camper.
I'll turn the lights down for you.
Oh, yeah. Joe does have a good light show underneath his or his camper.
That's what I really thought Mike and Becky was coming over for. I was like, oh, crap, they don't like my lights. And like, turn that crap off. Or shining
Thanks,
through our
son.
windows.
You ain't kidding. All them cabins are gone already.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
But I got up to
Yeah, they're $200 a night now or something.
And I see blue lights flashing over at Joe's place. I was like, oh, yep, there's 5-0.
Well, I put my polka dot shirts on and got my dancing shoes on. I thought we were doing a disco. But it's just Joe playing the radio. Remember that, Joe?
Yeah, if you're going to get a cabin, you are SOL.
So the
Bro, don't you dare
anti-theft
steal
device
Joe Brett's.
for your mobile antenna, there is a mobile antenna inside that tube sock there. Don't you dare steal this antenna. So I meant to rub around in the dirt and stuff a little bit, make it, look dirty, but you need to definitely recommend like putting a zip tie probably right there around the coil or something, because it kind of acts like a parachute when you start driving. But
I thought it was on like a 14-foot like tram antenna on somebody's on somebody's house, but no, that's just your mobile antenna, huh?
Yep.
Is that the one that Noel knocked off?
Yeah. So okay. So some of the wives that stayed behind, they went to the mall and got some lunch or whatever, and then come back and watched Pixie for Kyle so he could go to the show. And when I get back, everything's fine. Noelle's talking to me all normal, and then all of a sudden she just shifts gears and looks at me and, promise you're not gonna be mad? I'm like,
What'd you do?
what? She's like, you gotta promise you're gonna be mad. And she's freaking out, and I'm like, okay, I might get pissed, but I promise I won't get mad. So she's like, I may have broke some of your antennas. I'm like, what? Because I looked at them coming back from the show. So we go out there and look, and she's like, we went to the parking garage, and I heard something, and KM4ACK's wife was just like, oh, Jason's makes that noise all the time. It's fine. So I kept driving, and then we heard it again, and it did clunk clunk this time. It was, but it was fine. And then we was getting back to the park, and we come through the gate, and the woman goes, ma'am,
Oh, no.
you have antennas laying on the side of your car, hanging off the side of your car. And she freaks out. So when Kyle beats us back there, Kyle comes over to get Pixie, and she's like, Kyle, you got to help me. You got to help me. You got to help me. I think I broke antennas. So Kyle's like, okay, calm down. Let's go check it out. Yeah, so he climbs up on the truck and checks everything out, and everything's
that
good.
should have been a video. That right there should have been a video.
Yeah.
And Joe, listen, I know you love your wife, but this could have been a good one. Hey, Noelle, I got to get all new radios now. And you know what she would have said?
Only one way to
Shack
fix it.
back up.
So there you go.
My
The 15th
favorite-
through the 17th of next year is sold out. So
The cabins.
your SOL. Yep.
Well,
cabins
and
are
that
sold out.
could be part of the. I think they're still rehabbing some of those.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about trusting the website because
Yeah.
I really feel like they got a lot of it just closed down on the website because they don't know when they might be open or something. But
My favorite
Shane-
mobile antenna story was of my cat's attacking me. Sorry about that. Is from my dad back in the CB days. His best friend had the bag mount for a CB antenna, and he had it on his wife's car because he had 2 mounting brackets so he could switch it back and forth. And he took his wife's car through the car wash, and it was the old school with the big rollers that come over. Forgot to take the antenna off, and the roller came over, sucked in the antenna, and continued to beat the antenna against the car up and down, back and forth for the continuation of the car wash, and put a few dents and scratches in the wife's car. So she was really thrilled about that.
oh
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
so Joe Brett, it could have been much, much worse.
Oh yeah, well, and it was but like even after Kyle told her it was okay, and then I told her it was okay. We're out there, and she's like, "But look, I think it did this too." And she's pointing to the scuff along the right below the window, and I'm like, "No, hun, the coax ain't that long, and this goes all the way up to the headlight. So that was a tree branch or something. It's okay."
You're such a good guy, Joe.
I try. Yeah.
I was gonna say
We have a
now you put a
ham stick on
compact
our.
antenna.
What
We have,
do you have?
we have a ham stick on our truck, and I knew when we got it that it doesn't fit in the garage with the ham stick on it, so we just have to use the quick disconnect and remember every time. And I knew at some point in time I would forget. It happened way sooner than I expected.
3 times?
And so
3
it
times?
survived the first time. it survived
Becky,
the
3
second
times,
time.
Becky, you could say it, Becky. No, you just
And then
say it.
on the third time, I was like, it's doing pretty good. It takes a while to bend it back and get off.
No. The third time he brought it in, but he was, I don't know, he was talking or something. And then he put the garage down so that it was stuck in the garage door.
no.
And then the
Oh,
garage door
damn.
took it down and completely busted it.
Yeah.
That was the last straw of that
Well,
antenna.
the
They went
nice
for
thing is
20
you have
meters to 10
gigaparts
meters.
right there. So
Yeah, right.
That's right, Scout. That's how we trim an antenna.
I
Yeah, I
got
think it
10
was-
meter antenna.
Yeah, it's in the gigahertz range now.
It's precision tuning is what it is.
I don't know, we was going to Birmingham, and they got the 8-lane highways, and it's all high speed like everybody lives in Texas or something. And I had, for some reason, one of those little I'm talking, when I say little mag mounts, like it's whips around like a signal stick, or heck, a signal stick stronger than this thing was. But it's like one of those $3 little mag mount antennas, right? Going down there talking on the radio, and all of a sudden I hear something ting, 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 ting. And I
Suddenly
knew
your SWR skyrockets.
I knew exactly what it was. We get to the Birmingham Ham Fest, and first thing I do is look up, and there's just a magnet up there, no more whip. So I said, well, that can't survive the 70, 80 mile an hour winds. So, so I bought me a new one.
Somebody got a
Worked
text
out.
message. So
Yeah,
probably
that's my
Steve.
wife. I'm gonna tell her what not. I don't know.
but
And all of a sudden you see this,
yep.
and Greg goes flying off screen.
Yeah, Greg's all tough until all of a sudden.
What
his
was that,
text message
Steve?
says, I'll be right
Mike-
there.
My
Don't
campsite
go-
went up $80 for the 4 nights.
Okay,
So
that just means you got to have someone who's going to give you $40.
well, yeah. But that's
There you go.
an extra what, $20 a night?
Well,
We're doing math on
Go
stream.
ahead, Dana.
See, that's what That's what happens when you have a really popular spot that everyone comes to party at, and they're like,
Yep.
see, the people from Monsanto got up the next morning and saw the pavilion. They're like, oh, we got to clean up after that.
They didn't this year.
They didn't
Oh.
have to clean it up this year.
Wow.
It was clean when we left.
No, Greg, don't start anything with your wife. I'm between you and the door. I don't want to be a. I don't want to be a.
He didn't want to be in direct sight of some projectile.
Yeah.
Chalanka. Here comes the Chalanka.
She's not coming over. She's in pajamas. You know, we're 100 yards from.
I was about to say we're a good 100 yards from the house. We're safe.
That's scary enough.
But yeah, like
I remember the Tin Cup incident.
Don't we all? So has everyone reserved their campsite for next year? Joe Brett, you already got your camper site for next year?
I told them I wasn't paying my balance for this year until they get me a spot for next year.
There you go.
That's what it came down to.
Did
Like,
you
wait,
get the same spot?
no, I didn't get the same spot.
No.
You got a good one though, didn't you, Joe?
I guess
That-
so.
That
you
is
got- you
Joe
got the
Brett
pull-through
negotiating
one,
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Right. Now you
Yeah,
say
it-
you booked me for next year.
It's the pull. It's the pull through one, but I noticed that it has the back, like your not the entryway. The entryway of your camper on the passenger side of the vehicle
you're
is
right.
facing the woods and not
Mhm.
not the people. And I'm like, man, I kind of want to be more social than that, but we won't really be there that
Hey,
much.
you
I
live and
guess.
learn, you know.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
That's
I
what
guess
that's
you'll
what ham
change
radio's
to a
all
different
about,
spot.
Joe.
We might have took your spot there, Joe Brett.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, he's going to take your key away now for the clubhouse.
Right?
You can come up and use
Thanks-
our
thanks
set.
for
Oh, wait,
being
I'm
here.
not going to say that.
Yeah, we'll come. I'll bring my chairs and hang out on your concrete pad.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
'Cause
he's
this is
cooking
walking right up
steak,
to you.
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, so
I'm bringing a sleeping bag too.
Norm got a cabin this year for us three brothers, and apparently, our buddy Sam Weaver, we're trying to get him to come. So I was like, that's too many guys in the cabin. So I looked it up, and there's one campsite left, and it was a RV parking spot, but you could put a tent there. So it was more expensive. I think it was probably for the 2 days I had it was like probably $60 a night or something, $70 a night.
Oh, we lost him again.
And so I camped there the 2 nights and slept in the cabin the last night after Norm and my brother left. But Sam never came, so maybe next year, Sam.
So it was no show Sam
Yeah.
instead of no show Jones.
I did reserve a spot today because I actually looked it up. Cabins were gone. And same with what Steve was saying. I think, maybe some are closed for now. I may open up after they get renovated. But I this year, I'm saving half the price just, since I'm just doing a tent, just going into the primitive camping. So I'm
They have maybe like a half a dozen. They're like those glamping tent things. I don't know how much they are, but it's like a separate company.
They're about as much as the cabin, maybe more.
Are they really?
Yeah, I looked into them. They think that's something special, but
they're glamped out.
Glorified tent.
They're glamped out. Yeah, exactly.
I have some local friends stays in those every year.
Yeah, they're
So-
116 a night for them.
So we're about 5 minutes out. Y'all want to start wrapping this up?
Wild Hogs and Ham, unless you're wanting Izzo to do rapid fire with the scouting off duo there, the ham radio duo has already been through the torture. So
Yes.
sorry, you'll have to rewind.
all right.
Make sure you hit the live
Yes,
button.
I'll eat barbecue chips. They're not my go-to, but they're good.
I gotta
enough.
see if I can find an open frequency and see if I can yap with one of you guys. This on this new remote.
And Him Till It Hurts says, is there a group site at that park? Well, there's some double sites, but
Oh, there's a group camping spot there.
That's just a double spot, I think. Is that what you're
No,
talking about?
No, I think there was a group camping spot for.
I
I
know
was gonna say
that
they've got the buddy spots, which are A and B, but they rent them separately.
No, I get.
are y'all standing up now? Y'all done got fed up with the camera cutting off and
Yeah.
about time to go,
No, we
stretch
just
your
went for the
legs.
laptop camera. I don't know. I think it's timing out or something. I don't know what's going on. It's not the battery.
Oh, yeah.
New technology.
Well,
It's okay.
you guys are still too good looking to be on the show, so less wine, more high calorie beers. That's what I'd say. That's my suggestion.
Hey, Greg, I think Sam just sent us a message here. Why you got to call me out? I think that's directed to you. I think it's directed to you
because I want this guy to get there and have fun
Right?
with us. Like, how much fun would
Right?
he be had? And he missed out. And Sam, no matter, I'll say it right now. I'm gonna speak straight to Sam. You ready? Hey, Sam.
Hold on. Hold that thought for 1 second.
Yeah.
Go
Hold
ahead.
that thought. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, Sam. This is your buddy Greg. I love you. Love you a bunch. And I want you to come to Huntsville and have a bunch of fun with us. And I think you'll enjoy it. And we'll make it happen next year. No excuses.
Hugs and kisses.
Wow, man.
What did we just watch?
Wow. I have never, holy Christ. Were you that serious when you married your bride at the altar?
I don't know.
After what they shelled out for the wedding? Yes.
No. Probably, but I don't know. That night was... everybody... I heard you bought a $2.43 Hallmark card for her. Is that true? No, that was poor, but we had a good wedding. But there's so many people to talk to. Everything's a blur on your wedding day, I think. I don't know. There's so much stuff. It's just bits and pieces.
For you, everything's a blur on day.
But this was
wedding day, birthday.
This was
Tuesday,
every day,
Wednesday, Thursday,
Every day.
Friday,
Every day.
Saturday.
This was
Anything that ends in a Y,
18
right?
years ago. I could remember stuff 18 years ago.
That's great.
This is lean talk. We're talking about weddings and feelings and shit.
Looks like I need to call the park because it looks like they
Clubhouse.
may have overcharged me.
Oh, that's how they get you, Steve.
Because
Steve's gonna
spot's
complain.
cheaper now. Oh yeah,
It's worth it.
You
It
just
is
got
worth it.
got.
Yeah, no, when you're looking at it, you factoring in the taxes and reservation fee and all that.
Looking at that.
yeah.
You
No,
know,
it's still
veterans
cheaper.
discount.
Mm-mm-mm.
I didn't get that.
Well,
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
I donated to him just because I had a spot.
Just cause.
When they said donate, when I was clicking, I was like, nobody's going to donate. Look at Joe Brett
Yep.
showing me up.
Absolutely.
You're always showing me up.
Wow.
It's $60 cheaper than what I rented it for.
No,
And what are you going to do with 60
Same nights.
more bucks?
Hey, that's gas to get out there.
He's gonna buy connectors. Or a
Hey,
mesh
Joe, I
tastic.
wanted to say thank you for just being, neighbors and, being welcoming. It was fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, I'm really glad Mike and Becky didn't make me cut my lights off and
That's
make me
like
move. And
Joe Brett. Thanks for not being an asshole campsite. we got to deal with.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad,
We
glad
appreciate
you
that.
didn't get tangled in our antenna.
yeah, yeah. So Josh and Mike come over for a little bit, and then Josh headed out into the dark behind the camper, going back over toward Jason and them's, and we followed suit a few minutes later, and I see this neon green string in this line, and I was like, I stopped so quick, I about fell over, and I told Noel, "Watch it, it's tripwire." But
There's a
so-
Claymore over here.
yeah, so my first thought was, I hope Josh didn't eat the mud, but it was still pretty and tinseled and everything, so I knew nobody tripped over it. So.
I think our biggest observation at the campsite is normally, we walk around and look at everybody's campers. Well, on this weekend, you walk around and look at everybody's antennas set up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We definitely sell that whole campground out, and they're all hams.
Yep. We didn't have to be the weird ones that were sitting outside. Like everybody's like, "What the hell's that noise?" Right.
Yeah, that was Shane's neighbor. It was
Yep.
so funny because the guy, he just had it turned up so loud, and he's just doing CW the whole time. And then Scout turns on the radio, and he's just with no headphones on or whatever, we're listening to it, and the guy looks around like, "Hey, that's too loud." And I was like, we listened to you for the last hour. No, you
I was trying to get my FT5 Bluetooth to connect to the camper's Bluetooth and use the external speakers on the outside of it.
On 5.2.
Yeah, but it wouldn't do it. So I got to try it with the 705 now, or either that, or I'm just going to have to buy one of those aftermarket Bluetooth accessory plugs or something, make it happen. But, yeah, that probably the same neighbor had a repeater going on 5.2 or something, telling. I don't know what it wasn't really a repeater, but it was telling the time.
Yeah, I
It was
heard
an
that.
All-Star node.
Really? Well, I mean, it was like on a loudspeaker. You hear it
Yeah.
echoing through the part. But if you're in the chat, thanks for watching. But it was loud. I didn't lose no sleep over
Maybe
it,
don't do that next time.
Yeah.
I didn't
Not
care.
on
I knew what
5.2.
time it was.
The time is, and
kinda-
you know what the call sign is.
It kind of reminded me of my own repeater when it was still in town. That's the only thing it ever done was tell you the time every hour.
Is that why you have those duplexers in the shack?
Yep. After 10 years, the hospital evicted. Well, the hospital really didn't, but that's where it was at. And a private company came in and took over the room that it was in. And they're like, yeah, we don't want that in here. So I said, well, okay.
So is it officially gone now?
Yeah, I was going to keep it coordinated and stuff. I think I'm just going to let it go. I
Hey,
can't run it here at the house.
I'll
And
save them for another year. I'll pick them up next year.
we'll hook them up in Huntsville next year.
Yeah,
That tower by the other pavilion by the office.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's a thought.
Every half hour.
Put our own repeater up.
They are wanting to put a repeater. I got to talk to my buddy up there again, see if he
Yeah.
needs any parts.
Here you go.
Well, I don't know. And then they won't put it on amateur use though. They'll use it for business use. So that's no fun.
All right. Well, I think Shane's trying to shut this down.
He is.
Look
I was
out.
trying to be respectable in this establishment. So Izzo, we'll start with you, and we'll go around the horn. Anything coming up you want to talk about?
May try a POTA park or two tomorrow. I don't know. It all depends. And then I don't know. I got some things going. I got a lot of personal things going on, some work projects going on here in town. So, but I think I was just checking the propagational forecast for tomorrow. So I think I may want to because
Play a
I
little
did
radio.
I did a lot of honeydews today. So, but we'll see. You never know. That's all I got.
You never know.
Mhm.
Jack and Greg, Scout.
Hey, yeah, we had a great time. It was fun. It's fun hanging out with this guy every time, and glad he was able to meet me down here. And it was fun that it ended up being where we could get on with you guys tonight in the same place. I think it's the first time we've, been on YouTube's with in the same spot. So it was good. Check out our new YouTube channel, Scouting Off. And like and subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff. I'll hit this button right here in this guy's face.
Hey, Scout.
All right.
At least he didn't call it Shack and Scout.
Yeah.
That's what he calls it,
All right. Well, to echo part of what he said, thanks again for having me on. Appreciate it. And allowing me to bring this big lug on too.
Yeah, I wasn't invited.
Hey.
Scout was invited. He just happened to be here.
You had your turn.
I'm sorry.
Yes, say yes, ma'am.
Don't beat me again.
But anyways, I had an absolute blast meeting and hanging out with a ton of people. I won't even start naming names because I'm going to forget people. YouTubers, people in the chat, and people just hanging out at the Hamfest. It was a blast. Especially enjoyed meeting Mike and Becky. You two are awesome, and I can't wait to get caught up on all your backlog of videos when I get home.
Thank you.
Speaking of videos, I've got a few too many in the pipeline that I could get out. One on the Minnesota POTA meetup that was a few weekends ago. Bunch of videos from this road trip and the Hamfest itself, and then some on my camper and everything on their channel. So a lot of that coming out, and I just enjoy the time hanging out with all you people.
Likewise.
Man, couldn't have said it better myself. Mike, Becky.
Let's see. First, thank you guys for having us on. Appreciate that a lot.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
we had fun.
Thanks for saying yes to Joe Brett.
Yeah.
I tried to be transparent.
Yeah, he warned us. He said, "Y'all, you can decide if you don't want to after I invite you." He said, "Okay, we'll do it."
The way
We'll
I,
watch a couple episodes first.
I typed a big description, like I was trying to be really descriptive, and then I was, wait a minute, it's just like the pavilion. We're just hanging out.
Right.
There may be radio, there may not. There may be, whatever.
Beverages.
We got coming up. I'm thinking about doing a kind of a CW practice with Becky, just kind of a
nice.
bi-weekly, maybe just a little sentence or a phrase or something to just start people trying to copy better.
I might learn CW
That's
now.
a great idea. Yeah.
Because I don't want to. I don't want to do it with Kyle, but I'll hang out with Becky and Mike.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and we got a short little backlog of activations. I think our next one's going to be when we were in Washington State. Like Ed and Chantel are pretty close to us, and we never ever can get them because they're too close. And so we go to Washington State, and then all of a sudden we.
Yeah, Chantel was. I had never actually had contact with her, and she was my first contact on my activation. I was like, I got to travel all the way to Washington State to get her. So that one's probably coming up pretty soon.
Jody, thanks for the 762 super chat. Super chat for bringing on two of the nicest couple in ham radio.
Oh,
There you go.
thank
Look
you.
at that. Look at
You're
that.
welcome. Thanks, guys.
You're very welcome.
Hang on, let me fix that. There we go. Okay, now we have a nice couple.
Now they're there. All right, Joe Brett.
Man, I'm just ecstatic that we got to meet everybody. We got to meet again in Huntsville this past weekend. It don't matter if you're there 2 days, you're there 7 days. There's not enough time to spend with folks like you guys and people in the chat, everybody that was there. I don't know why we can't just all be full-time RVers and not have to worry about virtual work or anything. Just hang out, listen to some dits and das from your neighbors, and listen to radios doing sideband work that's too loud. I mean, it's just why we got to do all that? But yeah, so I got to put together a little snippet of recording videos and stuff that I took, but kind of share that. But you know how it is. You might get something sometime.
It'll at least be within the next 8 to 12 months.
Possible.
Minimum. Steve-O?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, so I spent a good bit of time with Halibut Electronics, picked up basically all of the kits he had available that I could. So my first one up is going to be Eggnogs, which is an egg beater antenna kit. Working satellites.
For satellite work, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's the one I'm hoping to beat Digital Rancher on, but chances are that's not going to happen unless I stay up tonight and put the kit together. But I do have to work in the morning. So,
Work's overrated.
It is. It is.
I noticed Steve and the Halibut guy, they had like their own little sign language going on. Like Steve, we was walking by and Steve just kind of gives him a side eye and does this finger motion, and he's like, he does this back to him like snake fangs, and evidently that meant 2 bottles of water. And Steve was like, I got you. So.
Hey, you gotta help my brother out, you know. It's all good. But yeah, I've got a few things from Gigaparts to review. I've actually got a walk through the store because we had a little bit of time there on Sunday. So I did actually get over to that store, and if you have not been, you need to stop by. It's huge. Other than that, I've probably got, if I can get them edited, 2 videos a week for at least the next 3-4 months.
Wow.
Wow. You heard it here,
serious.
folks.
I'm
You
serious
heard
on
it here first on Clubhouse.
He's a
Steve's
real
tired of
YouTuber.
hearing y'all's crap.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Well,
He said, hold my beer.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
who's starting to over-under pool?
right. Mike, our buddy Kate MRD, showed me some tricks with DaVinci, so I'm going to have to kick it up a little bit.
I mean, we won't hold it against you.
Yeah, you will.
I'll just make fun of you. I won't hold it against you.
Hey, at least you're not the only one that's dropped a radio now.
That's true.
That is true.
There is another YouTuber that has dropped a 7300, and this
It
time
was
around,
not- it was not a
someone said,
73.
"Hold my
No.
beer."
Cool your britches down, Shane. It's not
It was
that dramatic.
7300.
What was it? 705,
Now the ID
706 Mark II G.
the ID 50.
Clear, good enough. Somebody else dropped a radio,
And it
Much-
survived.
and it survived.
In
I'm
much
sure there's
cooler fashion.
Much cooler fashion.
You know what, Scout?
His phone
I'm
did
sorry.
not
I don't want to
survive,
give
though.
away the details, but I heard the story and I'm like, whoa, how did you get it back?
Thankfully, his,
Leave it at that.
yep, leave it there.
Hey Shane,
Because there's a video coming.
wow,
Yeah.
they're kicking us off.
All right.
Go
Sorry, Carlos.
Go, Carlos.
All right, well, I'm going to wrap this thing up. There's a video coming from me in the next 6 to 12 months. It'll be something, I don't know. I got more balloon stuff coming. I'm excited about that. We're going to have our check ride probably next month. So I'll be doing this as a profession on the side every now and then. So I'm looking forward to that. But there's some ham radio stuff coming up. You'll see it when you see it. But for the rest of us, come back. Come see us Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. Thanks for joining us on the Clubhouse. Everybody give me an awkward wave.
Don't
and
go
we'll say
nowhere,
goodnight.
Becky and Mike.
Bye. Yeah.
And checking.
Y'all hang out.
Just 1 minute.
Exactly. 73 to you. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye, everyone.
Well, bye.